Hi everybody, it's Heather with Diamonds and Dragonflies and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. I'm so glad you found me. And if you are returning, welcome back. I am here today with a 6-month check-in of my temperature project. So I wanted this to go out a couple of weeks ago, but I had some other content that was more pressing, but it's finally here, guys. So if you're wondering, Heather, what the crap is a temperature project? Well, I'm going to tell you. So let me get things situated here and I'll be right back. Okay, so a temperature project, these type of projects have been around for a while in cross stitch and crocheting / knitting form. It's where you track the temperatures in your local region and you assign colors to them to create a pattern to show what the weather is like in your area of where you live. So I found this small shop on Etsy, Zara Design Studio. I will have her linked below in the description box. And this was a cross stitch kit pattern that I purchased digitally and printed out on my own. And I turned it into a diamond painting. So it gives you the stitch count, the height and width, and how you figure out how big of a canvas you need is that you need to divide those numbers by 400. When you divide 277 by 400 and 125 by 400, it gives you the centimeter size as to how big of a canvas you are going to need. This one came with 30 colors and it was a full cross stitch. Now, when you are looking for a temperature project that you might want to convert from a cross stitch pattern into a diamond painting, make sure that it doesn't have any specialty drills or specialty stitches. No back stitching, no French knots, no quarter stitches, no half stitches, because you're not going to be able to do that with the diamond painting. So you want to make sure that whatever image you pick, that it's very simple and that you can do it in terms of just putting diamonds on it. You do need to use squares as the blank canvas. Yes, this is blank on the other side. I'll show it to you in a moment. The blank canvas is white, so if you use rounds, you're going to see all that white coming through. I mean, I guess if you don't care, you can do it that way, but I would not recommend it. So I can't show you the entire chart because this is copyrighted and I did buy a license to use it. But what I can do is I'm going to show you this little part. So this is what the cross stitch part looks like. It shows you the stitches. It has symbols. Now, I changed mine up a little bit. This is meant to just track the high for each day. There are some that are set up to track the high and the low. Well, I turned this into one to check the high and the low, and I'll show you how I did that. So this is, it tells you where to start. The petals are numbered, the leaves going down are numbered, and I will tell you how I did the stems. So you can add the year and the city at the bottom. I am going to do that, and I'll show you where that will go. And because it is a blank canvas, I had to pick a background color for drills to fill in the background, which I will show you how I did that. It gives you information where to begin, how to track your weather, places you can go to track your weather. I use timeanddate.com, so that is where I use to get mine. Then it gave you colors. So I went through and I wanted to use the colors that this came with. This was my first time doing a temperature project and I didn't want to have to choose colors for myself. So I just went with theirs. It gives you a radius as to which ones what you do for the temperatures from 1 degree Fahrenheit to 106 plus. So, and it assigned a DMC for each temperature range. I then went on to DP with Sparklers and I ordered fairy dust, some crystals, and some ABs for these numbers. Now, not all of these came with that. That's why there's 4 of these that have little lines by them. I substituted because they did not have that existing DMC. So I went with something that was very similar and I substituted those colors with other colors. Then it tells you, well, this is going to be January odd days, January even days. I didn't do it that way, and I will show you how I did it, but you could do it exactly like this. I then went and I tracked my temperatures. I went to that website, date and time, it's timeanddate.com, I think, or dateandtime.com, something like that. But you can go in and you can pull up the weather and it'll give you the high and the low for your zip code. every day of each month. So in January I went in, that's my high, that's my low. And that's how I did it across here. And then as I put the stitches or the drills on the canvas, I marked off each day to show that I had completed that day. And then I did April, May, and June. So I am all up to July. So I have 2 more sheets because there's 3 months on each sheet. So I have July through September, October through December to do. And then I get into my cross stitch pattern. Now I will show you this, the fact there are numbers at the top so you can match it up, because this is not the full, it does go down. So you have to kind of work with that and piece it together that way. So let's take a look at my accessories. So I decided to use this bag. It is hand embroidered from Wolfgazer Studios. This was a gift from Jana. She was a previous member of the Diamond Tribe. We miss her very much. And Jana, if you are watching, I hope you come back. And this was a gift that she sent me, and it is absolutely beautiful. She bought this from Wolfgazer Studios and had them put and embroider my name on it in a heart. And I love it. It's absolutely amazing. So in here, I have the release papers that I've been using, which I think this is called Wild Honeybees and Wildflowers or something like that. It's from Bee's Crafty Corner. I have had this release paper and have been using it since the fall of 2023. So that just goes to show you how perfectly flat these lay and what great condition they are in. I mean, there's a few of them at the corner, but you know what? That's the corner where I use my tweezer to pull it up. So I've started to know that I need to be a little more gentle just so they last a little longer. But I mean, guys, look, these are perfect. I'll be using those for many, many kits in the future. I'm using this beautiful pen that I got from, I think I got this from Jim's hand-turned pens, I think. I'm not 100% positive on that, so please don't quote me. But I'm pretty sure that this was a pen that I got from him. I'm saying that especially because of the turning style. He doesn't do very fancy turnings, so I'm thinking that's where I got that. I'm using this Lady Lathe Customs by Design Co-op trinket tray. I won this in their, oh, what was it? I think it was like their 1,000 member giveaway or something like that. Or no, I won it in their bingo that they did. That's right. I won it in their bingo, and I got this and I got some other stuff, but I love it. It's got my dragonflies on it and it's got ladybugs. It's absolutely beautiful. And I love Lady Lathe Customs by Design. One of their pen turners, Vicki, has been a member of the Diamond Tribe for, God, I think a year. I think it's been a year now at this point in time. We love her. She is our resident pen turner. She turns, I would say pretty much every single person in the tribe gets pens turned by Vicki. And then Stacy, who is the founding member of the group, I love her pens. She makes beautiful pen wells as well, and many, many beautiful, gorgeous resin work. They are actually been doing a Christmas in July. So if you go check out their website, it is linked down below in the description on Facebook, or not website, their Facebook group. You can see, if you go to the featured section, you can see everything that's available. Every week, both Stacy and Vicki turn some pens and they put them up for you to have the right to buy. You put in a sequential number at the bottom based on when you go and put in, and then they do a drawing on a certain day. And if your number comes up, you win the right to buy that pen. So I've gotten quite a few pens from Stacy and Vicki. If you watched my small shop haul this past Saturday, puns, oh my God, pens and putty, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, puns and, what did I was going to say? I was going to say puns and petty. No, pens and putty from this past Saturday. You can see some of the pens that I've gotten from both Vicki and Stacy. They also do sell putty. I do have some of their putty. I just didn't have any in that small shop haul that I had gotten recently. So, but love them, love everything they do. Nikki Correll is also a member of Lady Lathe. She does a lot of sublimation stuff. So I have lots of things from her, but she did make this resin tray. She used to do a lot of resin stuff. She's kind of backed away from that for now, but she did make this absolutely gorgeous tray. I'm using Cocoa Butter Kisses Diamond Painting Wax from Dream Wax Studios. I love their, oh my God, that smells so good. It smells like I'm at the Hershey factory. I live very close to Hershey, PA, so it smells like it. the air does in Hershey when they're making chocolate. It is an absolutely amazing aroma. Hold on a second. I'm getting stuff. Whoa, I'm throwing things across the room. Okay. My washi tape that I used for this is from, it's the Hungry Caterpillar, and this is from Waterbug Gardens. I love them, and I wanted to use this so much. This book by Eric Carle takes me back to my childhood. It was read to me when I was a child. It was my favorite book to check out from the library. And then when my 3 children were born, they all had this as a board book, like one of those thick board books to start with. And then they got the like official book as they aged and got old enough to handle a regular book. And I didn't have to worry about them tearing out pages. So, but this is a very favorite and a beloved book in my family with me and my children. And then this is holding all of the drill packs. So I kept them all so that I have them to dump back in when I finish my temperature project. I have extras in here because some of them, they didn't all fit in my containers. So I've got all of that in here. The 3865 is for my background. I do have more I just got in from DP with Sparklers that will be going into here. And then I've been using the Winter Limited Edition White Caramel Cold Brew from Creations Morin. I am thinking about switching this out now that I'm getting into the second half and maybe picking out a fall scent to do for the next few months, like for the next quarter, and then switching back to a Christmas scent. I should have changed it out for spring and summer, but I didn't. I wasn't thinking about it. So that's all my accessories, and I'm able to keep them all in these project bags. Wolfgazer did just do a huge drop of some new bag designs, so please go check them out. They are some beautiful ones. I have a discount code, Dragonfly15, which saves you 15% off at Wolfgazer. I do have discount codes for Bees Crafty Corner, for Waterbug Gardens, and Lady Lathe Customs by Design. Now the Lady Lathe discount code, they're all Dragonfly 10. Lady Lathe Customs by Design is only good on custom items that you request. You cannot use it on things that you are purchasing from them that are already made. So it's only on custom items. But I have those. DP with Sparklers, if you belong to their Facebook group, which I will link down below, they do have a code that is good for the entire year that you can use over and over again. I can't share it here because you do need to be a member of their Facebook group. So I will link that down below too, in case you want to go and sign up. Join their Facebook group and keep abreast of all the new enhancement sets, etc. I think it's been like a week or two ago, I did a whole video on enhancing your canvas with DP with Sparklers. So go check that out. If you don't know how to enhance a kit or don't know what these different drills are, or want some in-depth information, it's a great video to check out. I've gotten a lot of positive feedback on that one. All right, so let me move these out of the way. And let's look at my drills. So I used this half tray. I did have 3 extras, so I just keep these in my project bag that didn't fit in here. But I have these in here, at least they used to be. I don't know if they still are or not. I think they are based on the ones that are out. But I have them in temperature order. So I've got 106, 101 to 105, 95 to 100, 91 to 94. But as you can see looking in here, like I have some crystals. Like here's a crystal one that I did. This one's a fairy dust. So I have a fairy dust there. This one is an AB. So I have an AB there. So I switched it all up. So there's, I think, a crystal in pretty much every color family. Like there's a red, that's a reddish orange. There's a yellow. Then I've got a dark green or a light green, then a dark green. Then there's a blue. And I guess I didn't use a purple. I have no purple crystal in here. But this is how I am storing my drills as I'm using it and how I labeled them. I put a piece of washi tape down, had my own stickers, and I put them on there to make it easy for removal purposes. So I love these little half trays. They're great for these like small projects like this where you don't need a full one. They take up less space. I'm going to go ahead and put these extra 3 colors in there. And then guys, I'm going to flip this over and we're going to reveal what it looks like now. And you are going to see just how crazy the weather is in Pennsylvania. All right, here we go. Are you guys ready? Ta-da! Doesn't it look amazing? Oh my goodness. Now, purple is the coldest colors going to blue. It's basically the rainbow in reverse from lowest to highest. How I wanted to do it is I told you I wanted to do high and low. So what I did was split each petal. So the inner part of the petal is the low for the day. The outer part of the petal is the high for the day. And that's how I did it through here. And then I also did it along the stem. So you've got high, low, then high, low, then high, etc., as we go across. So winter is not to be too surprised. Let me get my temperature ranges here real quick. And I just threw an orange on the floor. That's lovely. I was having oranges earlier as a snack. Okay, so that's not what I wanted. What did I want? Oh, that's what I wanted. So, for example, in the month of January, we go from about, it looks like 48 degrees. No, we did have 150 day. 54 is how the month ended. So this is 54 degrees right here is the blue crystal. That's actually the bluish green crystal. So we went from a high of 54 to it looks like negative 15. And that was around the 22nd. So that was in here when we've got the really, really light purples and the purplish blues, because that was our lows, guys. So 54 to negative 15 in 1 month. That's a pretty massive temperature change. Then this is the month of February. And in February, it looks like 61, which was next to the end. So these greens are representing 60 or 59 degree weather. So we've got 55 here. No, 59, 59, and 61 are these 3 greens that are here. And then the low, it looks like 10 degrees was the low, and that was around here. So that would be this very pale purple that we have there. So not as bad, 10 to 61, you know, that's still a 50 degree temperature change and moderation in the course of 1 month. Then we've got March. Well, March kind of came in like a lion and stayed that way for the most part. You can see there's a lot of yellows and oranges that are popping in here now, plus a lot of green. It looks like 70 degrees, which would be these yellows here. With 70 degrees was our high. And then it looks like the low was 21, which was day 2. So that would have been probably one of these purples. Would have been the low. So then we get into April. So April is very eclectic color-wise as well. We've got a high of 82 degrees, and then it was 79. So these was the end of the month. It got very, very warm, but we have lots of 70-degree weather during the day. That's all the oranges and yellows are in the 70s. We had the 55s and 60s. That's the blues and greens that are in here. So our high was 79, which was the very last day of the month. And our low, or I'm sorry, 82 was the very next to the last day of the month. And it looks like our low was, is there anything below 30? 30 degrees, and that was day 2. So that would be up here somewhere. That's probably that one, the pale pink or the pale purple. So once again, very eclectic. Well, then here we go again, guys. We are in May. And we go from a high of 84 degrees, which was a couple of days. That's this bright crystal here, the orangey crystal, to a low of 46, 45, 43 degrees, which was down in here. So this is where we got into this light blue here, was where, and I've got a miscellaneous drill there. Oh, and I got a piece of hair there. Let me go grab that real quick while I'm seeing it. There's a little bit of the glue here that's exposed. I'm going to be prepping this for the next few months, so I've got to get my release papers out and take care of that. And then, guys, we have the month of June. Oh, and I have drills falling off. Okay, I will have to add those back in. I've got some of the background falling off here. So then we get to the month of June. And now we have pretty much all oranges, some greens as the lows, but we're getting into the bright reds because this is all 90-degree weather down here, guys. So 90-degree weather with the 60s are pretty much the orange, 60s and 70s are in there. And then the greens are 57 and early 60s. So lots and lots and lots of high, hot weather in the month of July or June. So July, that one's going to be a heat wave, guys. We had a lot of days where the temperature was actually over 100 degrees this month. So July is going to be a lot of red. I guarantee it. A lot of red. I'll be surprised if there's any green or blue in there at all. Maybe some yellow and some of the orange, but I'm pretty much sure it's going to be mostly red and orange. Maybe a little yellow mixed in there. But I've got 6 more months to go. So I've got 6 more flowers to put in here. And then I am going to be adding more background down here because I want to fill in, and I'm going to put York, Pennsylvania 2025. And I'm going to put that down in here. Will I use this entire thing? No, I'm going to end up cutting it probably about here is where it'll cut off. Where did I get my blank canvas? I actually bought this as a rolled pack from Temu. It came with, I think, 6 blank canvases of this size. And it just so happened that it met the measurements that I needed to meet for this project. So it was perfect. So I am very excited about that. I am going to do a quick measurement here real quick just to go to show, because I want to double check and make sure I have enough and that I did not miscalculate. So I'm going to use this and we're going to see how far, because I have 6 months done. So not quite 35 centimeters. So let me line that up. And I have over 35 centimeters. So I am good. I will have probably a line or 2 of just blank white drills on this side. So I did it, guys. I measured correctly. Now, I did just find out some exciting news. Diamond Art Studio UK, which I am an affiliate with them, has gone and released, or not released, I'm sorry, they will be releasing a diamond painting temperature project kit. They do a lot of the Chart 2 kits, which are basically cross-stitch conversions, and they are doing a temperature project one. Now, my Diamond Tribe was very excited about this temperature project and very intrigued, and we've been talking all year about doing one as an all-year event in the Diamond Tribe. Well, guys, we are going to be doing that. So whether or not it ends up being the one from Diamond Art Studio UK, or whether we choose a cross-stitch pattern to do our own temperature project breakdown, we will be doing that. So if that's something that you're interested in and you'd like to be part of a group that can guide you and help you with that, please go and take a moment and go to my Patreon, check out all of the 2 tiers that you can choose from, blue or purple, and we would love to have you and love to see you be a part. Our tribe has been growing every day. We're up to 54 people, guys, and most of them are extremely active. So it's really turned into a nice close-knit family. All right, guys, that is all I have for you today. Please hit that like button if you like this video. Please let me know whether or not you've ever done a temperature project, even if it's for cross stitch or crocheting or knitting. And let me know what you think of this. Do you think it's very cool? Do you like the concept? Or do you think, I think that's just a waste? I want to know. I want to know your thoughts. I want to know your feelings. And let me know if you're interested in joining the Diamond Tribe and getting into some extra stuff in diamond painting. And as always, guys, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It is free, and I would love to have you be here so you can hit the bell for more, so that you'll get notified when I put up more content. And as always, guys, remember that without the dark, we'd never get to see the stars. I'll see you next time. I love you all. Bye.